Ladies and gentlemen, the entire Middle East is burning right now.
The United States and Israel launched coordinated strikes on Iran.
A short time ago, the United States military began major combat operations in Iran.
The U.S. launching fighter jets, missiles, and drones after a massive U.S. military buildup across the region.
In the last few hours, Iran has been attacked by Israel and America, and in response, Iran has crossed all its limits to launch an attack on UAE, Qatar, Kuwait, Bahrain, and even Saudi Arabia.
Iran's deadly revenge has begun. Within hours of massive U.S.-Israel strikes on Tehran, ballistic missiles lit up the skies across the Middle East, targeting 4 major American military bases.
And they have attacked the luxury hotels of Palm Jumeirah. Drones are circling around Burj Khalifa, and Dubai, perhaps the safest place on earth, has now shut its airport down. This isn't a random escalation. The world is closer to war now than ever. Israel has successfully killed Iran's Minister of Defense, Iran's head of military intelligence, the commander of Iran's army. And now Ayatollah Khomeini is dead. And what's even scary is that Iran has now promised that the most devastating, most horrific, and the most offensive operation in history will be conducted by the armed forces of Iran.
צה"ל יצא הבוקר יחד עם צבא ארצות הברית למבצע שאגה תארי. בתקיפה זו חיסלנו את ראשי האגפים ואת רוב הנהגת המיניסטריון.
The supreme leader of Iran has been killed.
Iranian officials have vowed a crushing response, declaring all U.S. and Israeli assets in the region legitimate targets.
The question is, suddenly, how did the world fall at the brink of war? Why did Israel and America attack Iran? Why did Iran attack Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and Bahrain? And where exactly is the world heading right now? People creating this entire case study took days of research and days of non-stop razor-sharp focus. And somewhere in the middle of all that, a question hit me. In a world full of Instagram reels and YouTube shorts, how do you actually stay focused for hours of deep work? For most of us, the answer is simple. Coffee in the morning, maybe an energy drink later. But here's the problem. They give you energy, but they also give you jitters and sudden crashes. And the moment that crash hits you, your flow state is gone. Your focus is gone. So I started looking for something with better energy without the baggage. That's when I discovered Neuro Energy and Focus Gum and Mints. Neuro combines 40 mg of natural caffeine with 60 mg of L-theanine, and because of this, the caffeine gives you the boost, but the L-theanine neutralizes the negative effects of caffeine alone. So instead of anxiety or crashes, you get calm, sustained focus in what they call the alpha state of mind. This isn't some random startup. Neuro started in the US over a decade ago. It was featured on Shark Tank, and it is backed by people like Joe Rogan and Steve Aoki. And now it's available in India. It's vegetarian, sugar-free, low-calorie, and it includes vitamin B6 and B12. So if coffee gives you jitters or energy drinks crash you, try Neuro. The link is in the description. The story of Iran and Israel began in May 2025 when the International Atomic Energy Agency stated that Iran possesses 60% enriched uranium. Now, enrichment is a slightly complex concept, but let me explain it to you in simple terms. You see, uranium is a metal found beneath the Earth's surface, but that uranium contains an atom called U-235, which is used to make nuclear bombs. Now, natural uranium contains only 0.7% U-235, but enrichment is a process where these U-235 atoms are heavily concentrated in one place. And whenever anyone takes the percentage of U-235 concentration to 90%, the world goes on high alert, because it clearly says that that nation is preparing to build a nuclear weapon. Look at this table. 3 to 5% enrichment is used in power plants. 10 to 20% enriched uranium is used for medical purposes, and about 90% it becomes weapons grade uranium. And now the International Atomic Energy Agency believes that Iran has crossed 60% enriched uranium, and it is now approaching 90%, which is weapons grade uranium. That is why the entire world from Israel to America is on high alert, because now the world is suspecting that in just a few days Iran will have its own nuclear bomb. And as we all know, America takes nuclear bombs very seriously. So seriously that whenever a country tried to build a nuclear weapon, America and Israel teamed up to destroy that country. For example, in 1981, when Iraq tried to build a nuclear reactor, Israel dropped bombs on Iraq's nuclear facilities, rendering them absolutely powerless. And that is where Saddam Hussein's downfall began.
In August 1978, the Israeli government, headed by Menachem Begin, received dramatic information regarding the existence of a nuclear reactor in Iraq.
June 1981. 8 fighter jets are spotted in the skies over Baghdad, preparing to attack. Target, the pride and joy of Iraqi dictator Saddam Hussein.
Complete radio silence, the jets reached their target, and one after the other dropped 2 bombs each on the dome of the reactor.
Similarly, in 2007, Israel attacked Syria to stop it from building a nuclear bomb. And now, in 2026, Iran is just about to build a nuclear bomb, and Israel is trying to stop Iran. But here the question is, Iran is not the only country to build a nuclear bomb, right? America and Russia already have nuclear bombs. India, UK, France, China, even Pakistan and North Korea have nuclear bombs today. In fact, the whole world suspects that even Israel has a nuclear bomb. But when the world has no problem with North Korea or Pakistan, what is the problem with Iran possessing a nuclear bomb? Well, that is because Iran is capable of strangling the entire world economy, and there are 3 points to support this case. First of all, Iran's supreme leader himself has said that Israel is a cancerous tumor that must be eradicated. So while all other countries keep nuclear bombs only for their defense, Iran is building a nuclear bomb just to attack Israel. And think about it, Israel is such a small country that a single nuclear strike can destroy the entire country of Israel. In fact, Iran's ballistic missiles can reach Israel in just 8 minutes. Now think about this. Even without a nuclear bomb, Iran has already funded Hezbollah in Lebanon. They've already funded Hamas in Gaza, Houthis in Yemen, and they've also funded militants in Syria. Now, if you look at the map, Iran has surrounded Israel from all sides. That is why Israel has been on red alert since 1979. Yes, Israel has been on red alert for 40 long years. And Israel is not a country that says we are a peaceful country and we want peace. Israel says to hell with peace. If the enemy even thinks about attacking us, we will enter their home and we will wipe them out. This is Israel's philosophy. Shoot first, ask questions later. That is why Israel and America are attacking Iran, so that Iran does not launch a nuclear attack on Israel. This, my friends, is the first reason for the attack on Iran. But now the question is, when Iran is Israel's enemy, what is America doing in this conflict? Well, look at this map. This is the Strait of Hormuz. The Strait of Hormuz is a narrow sea route that connects the Persian Gulf to the Gulf of Oman and the Arabian Sea. It is located between the south of Iran and the north of Oman, and it is one of the world's largest oil trade passes. It is so important that 20% of the entire world's daily crude oil passes through the Strait of Hormuz, and oil-rich nations like Saudi Arabia, UAE, Iraq and Kuwait, all of them export their oil through this route. So it's practically the lifeline of the entire world. And if Iran blocks this route, the entire world's oil supply will be blocked. Prices will skyrocket, the chances of global inflation and recession will increase, and the entire world economy could be at threat. So this isn't just a choke point, it is literally the heartbeat of the world's energy system. That is why the whole world is worried about the Strait of Hormuz. And if Iran becomes a nuclear power, Iran will gain so much control over the Strait of Hormuz that even America won't be able to do anything against Iran. Because then, Iran could use its nuclear power to blackmail America. This is the reason why even America wants to stop Iran's nuclear program. And lastly, if Iran manages to build a nuclear bomb, America is afraid that a race will begin all across the Middle Eastern region, because every country will be scared about Iran attacking them. So from Saudi Arabia to United Arab Emirates, everybody would want to build a nuclear bomb. In fact, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia has openly said that if Iran gets a bomb, so will we.
Are you concerned though Iran gets a nuclear weapon, about them getting a nuclear weapon?
Country use a nuclear weapon, that means they are having a war with the rest of the world.
If they get one, will you?
If they get one, we have to get one.
But you know what's different about this time? This time, Iran has entered a dangerous territory. This time, Iran has attacked UAE, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait and even Bahrain. And these attacks have not just happened on American military sites, these attacks have also happened in civilian areas. So the entire Middle East is on red alert, and this time, the Middle Eastern alliance might come together to destroy Iran. And the only hope is Russia and China do not step into this battle. Because if they do, the world might be at war. So all we can hope for is for things to settle down, because war is always bad for the world. And more importantly, a nuclear war is a nightmare that we do not want to experience in our lifetime. This is the story of the Iran-Israel conflict of 2026. And all we can hope for is that the world comes to peace as soon as possible. That's all from my side for today, guys. If you learned something valuable from this case study, please hit the like button to support our work. And for more such geopolitical case studies, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.